hello. Today we are going to be reading this book, and this book has to do with money. So when was a time when you had some money and you got to spend it on something that you chose? What did you choose to spend it on? Okay. So we're going to take a look at this book and see what the main character decided to spend his money on. Who thinks they might have an idea of what the main character's name might be? If you need a hint, look at the title of the book and that might help you. And if you look at this front cover here, that might give us a hint too of who our main character might be. So this book is by Pat Brisson and illustrated by Bob Varner. Remember when a book, we have the author of the book, that's the person that wrote it, and the illustrator is the one that did the pictures, like the one on this front cover right here. All right. Here's our title page. So on this page we see some trees, so that might give us a hint about where our setting might be. Benny McBride had 5 new pennies. "What should I buy?" he asked. "Buy something beautiful," said his mom. "Buy something good to eat," said his brother. "Buy something nice to wear," said his sister. "Woof, woof," said the dog. "Meow," said his cat. "Okay," Benny said, "I will." So Benny McBride, with 5 new pennies, strolled out in the morning sun. I wonder what the word strolled might mean. A woman was cutting roses. Her name was Miss Hill. "Will you sell me a rose?" asked Benny. "Will you sell me a rose for a penny?" "Yes, I will," said Miss Hill. Then Benny McBride, with 4 new pennies, and a sweet-smelling rose, strolled on in the morning sun. There he goes, strolling on. A girl was baking cookies. Her name was Lucy May. "Will you sell me a cookie?" asked Benny. "Will you sell me a cookie for a penny?" "A cookie for a penny? Okay," said Lucy May. Then Benny McBride, with 3 new pennies, a sweet-smelling rose, and a soft, warm cookie, strolled on in the morning sun. We noticed that he had 5 pennies at the beginning, but now he's bought 2 things, a cookie and a rose, so now he only has 3 pennies left. A boy was making hats. His name was Michael Bess. "Will you sell me a hat?" asked Benny. "Will you sell me a hat for a penny?" "Yes, oh yes," said Michael Bess. Then Benny McBride, with 2 new pennies, a sweet-smelling rose, a soft, warm cookie, and a fine paper hat, strolled on in the morning sun. Now we notice that he has 3 things, right? So how many pennies does he have left now? A butcher was cutting meat. His name was Mr. Hopper. "Will you sell me a bone?" asked Benny. "Will you sell me a bone for a penny?" "You're quite a shopper," said Mr. Hopper. Then Benny McBride, with 1 new penny, a sweet-smelling rose, a warm, soft cookie, a fine paper hat, and a big, meaty bone, strolled on in the morning sun. Now he has 4 things, so he only has 1 penny left, right? I wonder what he might spend it on. What do you guys think he might spend his last penny on? A man was catching fish. His name was Mr. Beale. "Will you sell me a fish?" asked Benny. "Will you sell me a fish for a penny?" "It's a deal," said Mr. Beale. Then Benny McBride, with a sweet-smelling rose, a soft, warm cookie, a fine paper hat, a big, meaty bone, a floppy, wet fish, but no new pennies, strolled home in the morning sun. So at the beginning of the book, remember, he had 5 pennies, but then he bought 5 different things for a penny. So now he has no pennies left, but he has 5 new things that he bought, right? "I'm back," he called, and I bought what you said." "It's beautiful," said his mom. Good," said his brother. "I like it," said his sister. "Woof, woof," said the dog. "Meow," said his cat. Wow, so Benny bought all of those things for his family. "Thank you, Benny," they all said together. "You're welcome," said Benny McBride. So Benny bought all those things for his family, and he didn't buy a single thing for himself. That was really nice of Benny, wasn't it? Yeah, that really was. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the story that I read today. Now we're going to talk a little bit about pennies and using money ourselves.